Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MZ Adventures. My name is Zach, and today we are jumping back into CSI, or otherwise known as Crime Scene Investigation or Investigators, whichever, it's up to you. Anyways, we are moving on to case number 4, which is more fun than a barrel of corpses. So, without further ado, grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's start this episode. That's
Something's
it?
just come up.
Shit.
We've received a strange call, and I want you to check it out. Warwick Brown's the best we have in audio-visual analysis, and this gives you an opportunity to work at his side and benefit from his experience. He's in the lab right now.
Hey, I hear you're the bomb, rookie.
Oh, him,
I'm
yeah.
Warwick Brown. I could use another pair of ears on this. Some crackpot called our dispatcher and left a vaguely threatening message. Normally we could trace the call, but it's some kind of blocked number, prepaid cell phone card maybe. We do know it was placed within the Vegas phone grid. I got this baby queued up on the computer.
Sure, boy. Man, whatever.
Las Vegas Criminalistics Bureau.
I've got more work for you to do.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Can I direct you to the...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
It doesn't sound all that friendly, does it? Click to highlight the parts of the waveform. Let's see if we can isolate any useful sounds.
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Hey, what's up with that? What was that, an elephant?
Can I direct you to...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
Okay, you got your crowd of people, bells and electronic whistles. That'd be a casino. Recognize the melody right away. Okay, here's where you don't have to be as smart as Grissom. We search for the casinos in town with elephant acts.
Internet
Seems
directory.
we got elephants at the Monaco Casino. Only in Vegas.
Let's go.
You're the trainer here?
Dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. You guys look official.
We're criminalists from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. Our dispatcher caught a threatening call we think may have been made at the casino. Here and back.
Well, let's question you first, good sir. Have you seen anyone
You
acting
new in
suspicious?
Vegas. Everybody's suspicious in this circus. But I wouldn't say I've seen anything out of the ordinary.
Alright. Well, let's brush this for some fingerprints, just in case if they made the call out here and didn't use their cell phone. Lots of prints, of course, all over this phone. Alright.
This is doubtful. If our caller used this, we could have traced it. But if Gris was here, he'd say, be thorough. So, we'll be thorough.
These look like tire marks, good sir.
Well, somebody was in a hurry. This may be a long shot, but my gut says we ought to cast this. It's not complete. Might have been smudged by foot traffic.
Alright, we did it. Okay. Just want to make sure.
The dirt around this barrel seems disturbed. Must have been moved. But without a warrant, we need an awful good reason to open it.
Well, don't we have infrared?
Heat
Look at that.
signature. Looks like somebody's in there. Let's open it. Now.
Oh.
Oh, damn. This is not good. Looks like our caller just graduated from prankster to murderer. Looks like she's broken out in a rash of some kind. It's concentrated around her nose. Was she sick?
Not what I'm focused on. Grabbing the chips first. Let's check. Ooh, what the fuck is this?
These stains. Could be she picked them up from something inside the barrel. But they also could have gotten there when she first hit the ground. Sticky.
Alright, we got this sample. Let's use some adhesive tape to lift that.
This stain looks like soil.
And then we got this sample on her hips. Now let's go over back to the elephant.
Dumbo is not saying much. He's about as helpful as his trainer was.
Nope.
Alright,
Step inside for
and
some
then let's
dinner
talk
about an
back with
hour
the
ago.
trainer. Have you seen any cars here recently?
Those barrels are owned by the casino, but that one, I'm pretty sure that one.
Can you
was
tell
up
us about
against the
that barrel?
wall a little while ago.
Hey, Greg. We need your help. Pronto.
Alright,
I'm
we
your
need to
man.
go back to the crime lab now.
Ah, good. Hope
Actually, I changed my mind, bro. I actually want to go to the morgue first to find out what the fuck happened to the body.
Cardiac arrest due to severe anaphylactic shock. Bee sting allergy or similar anyway. No
Cause of
signs of
death?
an insect sting, but it hit her respiratory system hard. I'll know for sure after the autopsy, but due to a violent allergic reaction to something environmental. Hay fever. Pulled her records after I saw the swelling, the redness around her sinus
Alright,
region.
what was she allergic to anything?
Did a nasal swab.
Ugh.
Recent, but hard to figure out from body temp since
Nasty.
the barrel could have trapped heat. No rigor mortis.
Can you determine
yet,
time of
so it must
death?
have been within the last 6 hours.
What do you need?
Now we'll go to the lab.
What we have here is pollen. But, and here it gets interesting, not from a single
Mm.
species. Quite an exotic mix, really. Pinch of Spanish bayonet, dash of tiger aloe, sprinkle gently with cholla cactus, and voila. Sap. Oh, no offense, guys. Hard to narrow down just what type of tree. Best match I can make is a variety of red oak.
Thanks. We also
Dirt's
need you
some
to
kind
do
of
the
plant soil.
this.
Different from the kind you'd find in an elephant pen.
And this one. And we gotta do a
Not an
search
exact
on
match,
the
but at least we're narrowing this
L.
baby down. Somebody
Higher
driving a
cast.
small pickup or SUV. That's who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Nothing. Either our perp isn't an aphis,
Yep.
prints or somebody
And
else's.
then, of course, we gotta do the fingerprint.
Work this case hard
No.
and smart and make it go away. Fast. It's not so much
All right.
who she was as who her
Now
father
let's go
is.
talk to Brass.
Carlo Benedetti.
Who can kiss
She
my
is,
ass?
was Sophia Benedetti. So, 2 more downtown, a
Who
regional
was a
airline,
victim?
and that's just Nevada. No pressure, guys. Last night, Sophia never showed up for a fundraising dinner. I got people out interviewing her friends, see what we can turn. Let you know if we get anything but a handful of air.
Don't hold your breath. She lived with her parents, and we're already getting pressed by the family and his honor's office to keep this
No
book
pressure
under
at
the
all.
radar and out of the papers. You give me a good reason, I'll get you in there. Otherwise,
When was the victim reported missing?
Blackfoot daisy, Madagascar periwinkle. Not many indigenous to Nevada on this list. Sophia was reported missing yesterday, so it's not possible
Can we get
she
a
could have
warrant?
traveled recently to all of the location sources of these species. For a garden, try the Desert Demonstration Gardens.
Damn, it was worth a try. What about
Okay.
this?
The pollen in the victim's system tells us she may have been here shortly before she died. The greenskeeper reported seeing a woman matching Sophia's description around this area. Let's treat it like a crime scene and process it. Damn, it's locked.
And that's where we will go, folks. God damn it, I had my cough. I'm sorry. Alright.
Small hair,
Alright.
but we could just be looking at someone's garbage.
Ooh, got it. Hey, you never know. Gotta be thorough.
Tire treads in the dust.
And we gotta
Try
use
using a similar tool.
gloves to pick up that.
Try using a similar tool.
Oh, tire imprint. And brown soil. Do I need to be zoomed out for it? Like, what?
Let's take a sample of that dirt back to the
Oh.
lab. Have Greg try and match it to the stains we found on Sophia's pants.
Gotcha, because it's not deep enough.
What do you need? Luckily, the follicle was fairly complete, though I needed the thermocycler to amp the DNA. But I got a stronger sample now. On the other hand, a coded search came up bupkis, and I'm waiting for Doc Robbins to send over the Vic's DNA.
There we go. We are off to the lab. Oh, gee,
As
here's your
tissue
hair.
goes, this one's fresh. Nasal discharge clear and yellow. Means not a cold. Allergy sufferer, most likely. But I found something else. White powder.
Drugs? We're not talking coke.
Not recreational, medicational. C5H9.
Hey, well, but there's a couple more things here.
What we have here, children, is soil. Perfect for our prickly pal, the cactus plant. Now prepare to adore me even more than you already do, for I have matched the sample from the garden to the dirt on the Vic's pants.
Yes. Cancer? Certainly not. This was a very healthy young woman, apart from her allergies.
Huh.
First,
All right, and then
Maxim
this?
means a trade name. What you mean is histamine dichloride. It can be hard to detect that drug. We all naturally have histamines in our systems. In this case, however, our victim's levels were off the chart. Histamine dichloride
Oh,
is
that's
still an
good, but we need to go
experimental
back to the
treatment for
morgue to get
cancer.
that DNA
Only
sample. We
pharmacists
need a
and
DNA
patients in
sample.
clinical trials would even have access to it.
Timing is everything. I was just preparing one. Here you go.
Yes?
So here's the upshot. The victim's DNA matches the mucus in the tissue, thus the tissue is used by the victim. The hair is not a match, but its former
How common
owner.
is it? Alright, can we get a sample?
Had Maximine on it. So whoever wanted Sophia dead sprinkles the
Off
tissue with the drug.
back to the lab.
Anaphylactic shock.
You said he wanted a fucking DNA sample, dude.
What do you need?
There you go.
It's just a tiny hair. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it.
Alright, now let's look at this hair. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sometimes the magic works. We got an all-season. Standard with the current L160 pickups, which means we've narrowed things down to the few hundred around the state.
Interessante. Okay, we need to... We're nothing. Fuck off.
Well, not definite, but not bad. 70% match through the all-season.
Not yet, but I'm sure it'll be significant later. Alright, search and compare. We got to... Well, what do we get?
Need me for something?
Tire tread from the gardens,
pops
which
up.
is
That
in
drug is in phase
document.
2.
What's this?
Only
Let's
a few
search that.
small test groups around the country. Just one, on Town Center Drive in Summerlin.
Las Vegas Crime Lab. You're the pharmacist here?
Yes, Lita Callisto.
And
Is this an
then
investigation of
let's
some kind?
do
Yes, it is, Miss Callisto.
this
It's
with
a murder
this.
investigation. We'd like your help. Few questions.
Benedetti. I'll check. Nope. We don't
There
have
we
that name
go.
on
Alright,
file.
let's
On
go
other
to the
hand,
brass
she could be
again.
one of our over-the-counter customers. Big part of our business.
Any clinical tests for Maximine?
Maximine. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll take a look. Well, I guess we do carry it. Or anyway, we did. Had
Any
one order
pharmacist in
placed for the
town
product not long
carrying
ago,
it?
But it was filled, picked up.
Off to the pharmacy.
According to the database, Dr. Edward Wilkinson.
Hell yeah, it
Not
is.
for a while, but he's probably at his downtown office.
Yeah.
Anything else? I have to finish
Benedetti,
some work.
yeah.
I get off soon. Hope I was of some help.
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Ward Brown from the Las Vegas Crime Lab.
Do you carry
We've
Maximine?
got a few questions for you.
Always glad to cooperate with the police, but you'll have to move it along. I have patients waiting. I knew her, yes, in that she was a patient. You do understand, of course, that medical information is privileged.
Okay, who
Cornish
placed the
subpoena?
fucking order?
Otherwise, I'm not free to discuss my patient's medical history.
Alright, when did you last see Dr.
I'm a
Wilkinson?
GP, not an oncologist. What use would I have for Maximine? My second car is a pickup.
Yeah.
L160 model. About a month old.
No, we're
I'm
going
not sure
to
how to
his
answer.
office now.
There are 2 spare sets, and my wife keeps one for emergencies. But the other one, about a week ago, I noticed it was missing from my keychain. Maybe it fell off. It must be in the house somewhere.
Oh, of course. Do you know the victim?
In my garage at home, of course. Like I said, it's a second car. I did take some firewood out to my ranch recently. It's the first time I actually hauled anything in it.
Yeah, we know that. Have you ordered
My wife
Maximine?
and I were together, grocery shopping. It's a little ritual. Every week, something we do as a couple.
Do you own a truck?
She can back that up.
Ask her. She should be at home right now. Be my guest.
Does anyone have keys to your truck?
Ward Brown, Mrs. Wilkinson, Las Vegas Crime Lab. Your husband suggested we speak to you.
What would you like to know? It's in the garage. Go ahead and look. You don't need a warrant. No one here's done anything.
Where do you keep your truck?
If you mean has Edward ever violated doctor-patient confidentiality, absolutely not. We're close, Edward and I, but his professional ethics, well, they're impeccable.
Where were you when the crime was being committed?
I have nothing to say where that little tramp is concerned.
That little tramp, Mrs. Wilkinson, has been murdered. That's why we're here.
I don't wish that on anyone. Murder. But some people bring bad things
Okay,
on themselves.
bye. Do we not have any work? Okay,
Look,
bye.
I'm gonna find out anyway, so I'll tell you. She tried to come between Edward and me. She was a spoiled brat who thought she could have any man she wanted.
Your husband truck's here?
And there were plenty of witnesses at the grocery store where we were shopping. Is my husband in some sort of trouble?
Do you have reason to
Okay,
think he
thank
might
you.
be?
Of course.
Do I remember
not.
discuss patients
Edward is
today?
as wonderful a husband as he is a physician, and you must know what an outstanding reputation he has in this community.
As advertised, it's an L160
I mentioned
4.6
Sophia,
liter
then-
V8 engine.
Ooh.
Standard transmission. Nice wheels for a second car, huh? Only a couple hundred clicks on the odometer. Tires, all seasons.
Oh, that bitch.
Wood chips. Well, that backs up Wilkinson saying he hauled firewood in the truck.
Sure, of course. We're going to the fucking garage now.
Remember the good old days when you chopped your own? No date on it, but the order was phoned in. If need be, we can ask Brass to pull phone records for us and find exactly when the good doc called in the order.
You know what I'm thinking?
Thick and sticky. Greg will tell us what it is.
Yep, we'll collect it.
What do you need?
Then we need to get that sample over there.
Little bits of oak, dried apparently. Firewood. This is your
Well, let's
everyday
get the evidence.
run-of-the-mill red oak
And
sap.
then we
Now,
have
the sap
this,
you brought from the truck matches the
which-
sap on the Vic's clothes. Very likely she was in the back of the pickup.
Off to the crime lab. Well,
All-season tires from
I think you know what we
Wilkinson's
need.
truck. Not a big surprise.
So, items. There you go. Brown sticky substance. Interesting. Alright. Now let's do Dr. Wilkinson's
It's a
truck.
perfect match to the tracks from the garden. The doc, or the doc's truck, that is, has spent some time
So we'll
here
do a
recently.
search.
They follow Sophia in the gardens and wait. Before they know it, they're
Nope.
there. They slide her body. Of course, this whole theory
Then
fizzles.
what about the
if Wilkinson
imprint?
picked up the firewood
This is this
after
one.
Sophia's murder. We should prove that wasn't the case.
Nothing.
Getting a lot of pressure from the mayor's office on this one, as you
And what
might well
about
expect.
this?
So, we put some extra resources on it. A worker at the Desert Gardens claims to have found something important, and Grissom is checking that out. He'll brief us when he gets back. Meantime, keep at it. Let me pull his cell phone records and see. He called for that order 3 days ago. But wait, just 1 minute. He was placing several calls a day to that pharmacy for a while there. That pharmacist and Wilkinson may not be telling all just yet.
Well, there we go.
I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys. Ms. Callisto,
Off the brass.
I'd like to ask you
Who
a few
can
more
kiss my
questions.
ass? All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
We'd like you to fill in a few of the blanks you left last time we talked.
No, but I was before last week when he got paranoid about his wife finding out. Typical of the breed, you know. Promised me the moon, then weasels back to wifey. Now I don't exist.
Firewood order.
Who cares?
Last week, you say? That's about the time the doc's spare truck key did a David Copperfield and vanished.
I'm sure that would be fascinating to someone
What?
who gave it down.
Need me for something? No problem. He was playing doctor with Sophia. And his truck
Interesting.
was at the gardens. Let's
Then we
do it.
give. Yeah,
Dr. Wilkinson,
interrogator.
we're looking at the evidence and seeing a big arrow pointing in your direction.
Make it easier on everyone, and yourself included, and just level with us. What do you say, Doc?
Look, she was a beautiful young woman and she flattered me. Ever hear of a midlife crisis? She was mine.
Are you having an affair?
And I realized how foolish I'd been and broke it off with a girl. I didn't tell you because of how it looked.
And how does it look now?
I know I didn't kill the girl. She just didn't mean that much to me, frankly.
The evidence tells a different story, Doctor.
You know about that, do you? Okay, so I have a roving eye, and maybe the rest roves along too sometimes.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I killed anybody. But, look.
Yeah, we need to interrogate Dr. Wilkinson.
What can I do for you? Well, she had access to this truck. She didn't love the victim and didn't seem terribly surprised about the murder. A judge will okay bringing her in.
Yep.
Mrs. Wilkinson, you were not the biggest fan of our murder.
Do you have an
victim.
affair?
And the details of the crime indicate you may have been involved in the murder.
What an outrageous, ludicrous spectacle you people are making of yourselves. No, can't say I have. She wouldn't be another one of Edward's little
It looks
chippies,
worse.
would she? If so, she's free to get herself murdered too, as far as I'm concerned.
And what was your relationship with Lydia?
I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys.
Right. Nah, we're gonna go interrogate your wife.
You want to know if I'm surprised Edward was shacking up with some poor little rich girl young enough to be his daughter? Yeah, I'm just blown away. Stunned.
Did he break it off with you, Lita? To take up with Sophia?
That's one of those rhetorical questions, right? You're not really looking for an answer.
Yes?
Indeed. Indeed.
No problem. He was playing doctor with Sophia, and his truck was at the gardens. Let's do it.
Well, have you ever heard the name?
Oh, gee, that's a tough one. I'm a doctor and she's a pharmacist. How could that ever happen?
Wow, okay.
Yes?
We need to
think
go
we
back
can
to...
get much more than an interrogation.
I read his lousy writing, filled his prescription, he picked it up. I saw it parked outside the hospital last week.
Nothing unusual about it?
It's a pickup truck. It wasn't the Rose Bowl float. Well, there was some scuffing in the back, dented even. Maybe he'd been hauling firewood or something.
Interesting you should bring that
Alright, now we gotta go interrogate the
And
doctor.
I'm sure you'll tell me why.
Dr. Wilkinson ordered that load of firewood 2 days ago.
This is so fascinating. I'm starting to wish I took notes.
You see, Lita, only
Phone
somebody who's seen
calls.
that truck very recently would know about those scuffs and dents. Maybe somebody used the truck to haul something heavy. A body in a barrel, say?
You're crazy.
All right, back to
Do I look like a
this.
killer to you?
You're
We
starting
need
to
Lita back in. I
need
know.
me for something? No problem.
What? Are you saying... Was Sophia's body in my truck? That's not
When was the
possible.
last time you
What
saw
kind
the
of a
truck?
frame-up is this anyway? It's outrageous.
What can I do for you? Well, she had access to this truck. She didn't love the victim.
Oh, let me see. I believe it was. Oh, yes, that's right. Never.
You've never driven it. Your husband says you have a spare set of keys.
I do. But I couldn't drive it if my life depended on it. It's a stick shift, and I'm strictly an automatic female. Why, certainly. Anything I can do
You never
to
know.
help the
Yeah.
forces of justice in their
Anyway,
efforts
back
to
to
disrupt
you.
our lives, trample our good reputation,
Dr.
and violate
Wilkinson.
our privacy.
Sap.
Need me for something? No problem.
Okay. Now we
Of
need to go
course. Haven't I
back
been straight
and
with you here? I'm
interrogate.
trying to cooperate. Ask anybody.
Mrs.
I take my civic responsibilities very seriously.
The last time you drove your husband's truck.
Yes? I think we...
Sure. Knock yourself out.
We need a DNA sample.
Yes? Not a match. Hair from the tissue is not Mrs.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wilkinson's.
Thank you, ma'am.
The doctor is out. Hair from the tissue
Now we have
package
to, of
doesn't
course,
match
go
the
back to
guy.
brass, even though you're standing right there. Yeah. You were just
And we
fucking
have a winner. Lita's DNA matches the hair found in the tissue.
Dr. Wilkinson. Yeah, yeah. I just need the fucking sample, dude.
What can I do for you?
We know,
I
dude.
think we can get
Just
much
give us
more
the
than
fucking
an-
sample. We'll leave. Thank you. Hey, brass. Hey, brass. Okay.
Which you seem to find meaningful.
Last
I
but not
don't.
least. Yes. Thank you.
Meaning you had access to the truck and to the tissue that killed Sophia Benedetti, and you
All
even
right,
had a
open
motive.
wide.
If I had a
Thank
grudge,
you.
and I don't, it wouldn't be with that little slut.
And let's
That's
take
right.
these to
Your
the
grudge
lab.
was with the doctor, not his rich girl patient.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went something like this.
Bop.
That was an opportunity you were prepared for. You already forged the Maximine order in Wilkinson's name and sprinkled some of the stuff on a tissue packet, unaware a tiny hair of yours had drifted down onto
Yep.
one of them.
The day Sophia went to the gardens, you gave her the package of tissues. She thinks you're being nice,
Thanks.
but really, you've just signed her death sentence.
Now
You
let's
leave
go
the pharmacy and go out to
interrogate
Wilkinson's
her.
The truck. You know he and his missus
Hopefully
own
the
a
last and
weekly
final
grocery trip.
time.
Just a matter of time, right? Before Sophia's allergies kicked in, and she'd wipe or blow her nose with one of those deadly tissues.
You were right there and waiting, ready when she collapsed. And you drove over and slid her up on the truck bed and into the barrel.
The drop-off at the casino didn't take long, and no one noticed as vehicles were coming and going.
Hmm.
The truck was back in the garage before the Wilkinsons could even know it was missing.
You're a smug pair, aren't you?
You killed a young woman just to get back at your ex-lover. What's more smug than that?
Stop. I'll bust out crying.
Can I get you a tissue?
Good job. Another sicko off the streets. Strange, though. I don't get why she tipped us about that body to begin with. It almost feels like she was playing with us somehow. Anyway. Well, rookie, Grissom's still out in the field, so I'll do your review on this case. Looks like you left no
Yep.
stone unturned. Too bad Grissom couldn't be here to see this.
Okay, yes, guys, we got it. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Hey. Thank you. And of course, let's view these. Yep. This is the stuff that we couldn't see. And that's it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of CSI, which was more fun than a barrel of corpses. And we're leading into what looks like to be the last and final episode of CSI, which is Lita's swan song. So, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.